cannot anymore fight. So don't lose this reputation. Don't be deviated from your occupational duty as a Kshatriya. If you do all these things, then papam avapsasi. You don't think that you will be a pious. On the other hand, you will become impious. Papam avapsasi. Next verse. Amritasya cha kirtim maranadatirichyate.
People will always speak of your infamy, and for one who has been honored, dishonor is worse than death.
Akirtim chapi bhutani kathaisyanti te abhyam sambhavitasya cha kirtim maranadatirichyate. Sambhavitasya, one who is very reputed, famous man, if he does something wrong, then it was better to die before such infamy is grown. This is advice. Arjuna is famous as a great fighter. Not only that, he is personal friend of Krishna, so much so that Krishna has agreed to become his chariot driver. Just try to understand what is his position. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is worshipped by Lord Brahma, Govindam Adi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. He has agreed to drive the chariot of Arjuna on account of friendship. Now we have to imagine how much famous he is. Everyone knows, oh, Krishna is so intimate friend that he has agreed to drive his chariot. This is your reputation all over the world. So, sambhavitasya chakritim. And if you don't fight now, what people will say? Better you die. Krishna is advising that instead of becoming a very good man, non-violent, you lay down your life. That is my advice. You die. I shall see that you have died, I will be very much pleased. This is Krishna's advice. How much he has become, dissatisfied with the decision of Arjuna. Krishna, I am not going to fight this battle. Krishna's last advice is that if you don't fight, better you die before him, I shall be very much pleased. Then?
Payat, Ranat, Uparatam, Vangsyante, Maharata, Yesham, Cha, Vam, Bahumato, Bhutva, Yasyasi, Laghavam, Vayadranaduparatam Mangsyante tvam maharata Yeshang cha tvang bahumato Yeshang cha tvang bahumato Bhutvayasyasi laghavam Vayadranaduparatam Mangsyante tvang maharata Yeshang chatvang bahumato Bhutvayasyasi laghavam. Translation. The great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you a coward.
Payadranaduparatam Mangsanti Tvang Maharatha Jishang Chatanga Bahumatu Bhutvajasya Silagam. This spirit of Kshatriya was prevalent even, say, 300 years ago in India. There was a king, Jasavanta Singh. He was the commander-in-chief of Emperor Aurangzeb. So, in one fight, he was defeated and came back to his home. So his wife heard that my husband has been defeated, he's coming back home. So he asked the caretaker to close the door of the palace. So when Jasavanta Singh came there, he saw that his palace door is closed. Then he sent message to the queen that why you have closed the door, I have come home. So messenger came and informed that the king has come. So he is asking to open the door. The queen replied, who is king? Jasavanta Singh? No. Jasavanta Singh cannot come being defeated. Jasavanta Singh, either he conquers the battle or he lays down his body there, dead. So the man who has come, he must be somebody pretender. He is not King Jasavanta Singh. So she refused to open the door. This is the spirit of Kshatriya spirit. So here also the same thing, 5,000 years also ago. That Krishna says that you are so reputed a fighter, and if you stop fighting, people will not consider, especially other commander-in-chiefs like Dronacharya, Bhishma, Karna, they are Maharathas. Maharatha means one fighter who can combat with thousands of men alone. He is called Maharatha. As nowadays the titles are captain, commander, commander-in-chief. Similarly, formally, Maharatha, Utiratha were the title given to these soldiers, fighters. So Maharatha, they are the greatest commanders. So Krishna said that you are recognized one of the Maharathas. So what the other Maharathas will think of you, they will not consider that out of compassion you did not fight. They will think that out of fear you have left the battlefield. They will take the opposite. Bhayad ranadu puratam. out of fear you have stopped fighting. Mangshanti tanga maharatha. So now you are recognized as one of the Maharatha. Jisang chatang bahumato. Oh, you are known by various commander-in-chiefs. Bhutyaja sasilangam. In their eyes, you will be considered as degraded. Bhutyaja sasilangam. Why should you accept? Better fight and die. That's all.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Avachyavadangscha bahun, avachyavadangscha bahun, vadishyanti tavahita, vadishyanti tavahita, nindantastava samathyam, nindantastava samathyam, tato dukkhatarang nukim, tato dukkhatarang nukim. Avachyavadangscha bahun, avachyavadangscha bahun, vadishyanti tavahita, vadishyanti tavahita, nindantastava samathyam, nindantastava samathyam, tato dukkataram nukim, tato dukkataram nukim. Ato va prapsyasi svargam, ato va prapsyasi svargam, jitva va bhokshyase mahim, jitva va bhokshyase mahim. Tasmaduttishta Kaunteya, Tasmaduttishta Kaunteya, Yudhyaya Krita Nishchaya, Yudhyaya Krita Nishchaya, Ato va prapsyasi svargam, Ato va prapsyasi svargam, Jitva va bhokshyase mahim, Jitva va bhokshyase mahim. Tasmaduttishta Kaunteya, Tasmaduttishta Kaunteya, Yudhyaya Krita Nishchaya, Yudhyaya Krita Nishchaya. Translation. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? Should be certainty. Translation. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up and fight with determination.
So, Arjun's position is very precarious. There is a Bengali proverb, naste bose ghumtata. A girl, she is very famous dancing girl. So, it is a system, as we have introduced, the girls and ladies, they have their veil. Ghumta. It is called ghumta in Indian language. So, a dancing girl, when she was on the stage, she saw that so many of her relatives are there as visitors. So, she began to draw the veil. This is not required. You are a dancing girl, now you have to dance. You cannot be shy. You must freely dance. That is your duty. So Arjuna, some rascal has killed some man, giving the reason that killing is not sinful, because in the Bhagavad Gita is stated there. Yes, apparently to the rascals it appears like that Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to fight, and he says there is no sin. But the rascal does not see under what condition he is advising. Sadharmam apichaviksha. Where sadharma, the principle is a Kshatriya's duty is to fight, is to kill in fight. If you are in fight, you become sympathetic. Then the same example, the dancing girl, when on the stage, if she is shy, and then it is like that. Why she should be shy? She must dance freely. That will be credit. So, in the war field, you cannot be compassionate. That is not required. In so many ways. Ahimsa, Arjava, these are good qualities in the 13 chapters. Krishna has described ahimsa, non-violence. Non-violence is generally accepted. And actually, Arjuna was non-violent. He was not a coward. Not that because he was coward, therefore he was refusing to fight. No. As a Vaishnava, naturally he is non-violent. He does not like to kill anyone, and especially his own family men. He was taking little compassion, not that he was a coward. So, Krishna is encouraging, inducing Arjuna to observe the duty. You cannot deviate from duty. That was the point. When there is fight, you must fight regularly and kill the enemies. That is your credit. When you are fighting with the enemies, if you become compassionate, how shall I kill? That is cowardice. Therefore, Krishna concludes here, Hato va prapsasi sargam jitya va moksha bhokshasi mahim. There are two alternatives. For a fighter, for a Kshatriya, to fight in the battle, either gain victory or die. No via media. Fight to the last point. If you are able, then become victorious or die. No stoppage. All this fighting was meant like that. According to the Vedic culture, the Kshatriyas, not the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas are not encouraged to fight or kill. No. They should remain always non-violent. Even there is required violence, a Brahmana will not kill personally. He will bring the matter to the Kshatriya royal order. Just like Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was being disturbed by some demon in the forest. They used to live in the forest. So Vishwamitra was able to kill such demons, many demons, by his will. But he did not do so. He went to Maharaj Dasaratha, father of Lord Ramchandra, to request him that give your sons, Ram and Lakshmana. I will take them with me. They will kill that demon. The killing is there, but the Brahmana is not going to kill personally. Or the Vaishya is not meant for killing. Neither the Shudras. Only the Kshatriyas. The Kshatriyas should be so trained up. Just like in USA, there is some trouble in recruiting soldiers. Because why the difficulty? The difficulty is the training is like Shudras. The young men are trained up like Shudras. How they can fight? Therefore they are afraid. They try to avoid fight. Because there is no division. Everyone in this age, everyone is Shudra. How you can expect a Shudra will be encouraged to fight? That is not possible. Therefore, real social structure should be 4 divisions. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahman fully engaged for enlightenment of the people, knowledge, spiritual knowledge. They are meant for that. They will cultivate that knowledge personally, pattern, and make students Brahminical class. Similarly, Kshatriya, they should be trained up in politics, in fighting, not to flee away from fighting. These are the training of the Kshatriyas. Similarly, Vaishyas, they should be trained up how to cultivate, grow food grains, how to give protection to the cows. And Shudras are meant for simply serving this higher class, Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra. That is the program. So, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna because he is a Kshatriya. Sadharmam api chavekha. It is his duty. The rascal should not take example that Krishna encouraged killing. Therefore, everyone should kill. There is no sin. Without understanding. This is the difficulty. The rascals, they do not understand what is Bhagavad Gita. They interpret for their favorable condition. That's all. Here is Bhagavad. They do not read the whole thing from Acharya, misunderstand. Bhagavad Gita is not encouraging violence. That is not the Bhagavad Gita's purpose. But a Kshatriya, when there is fight, dharma juddha, juddhyat dharmat, what is that before? Sukhina kshatriya prarthan lavante juddham idrisham. Kshatriya becomes very satisfied to get such fighting opportunity. Juddham idrisham. Jadichya chopavannam sarvadaram apavritam. Sukhina kshatriya prartha lavanti juddham idrisham. Another place. Sadharmam apichaveksha na vikam pitamarahasi dharmadhi juddhyat shreya anna kshatriyasa naviddate. Dharmad juddhyat. There are 2 kinds of fighting. Dharma juddha. Dharma juddha means righteous fighting. And adharma juddha means political. That is, one politician, he wants to keep his position. He engages the people in fighting, declares war. That is another thing. But when right thing, violence is required. So Arjuna, Krishna is encouraging Arjuna in dharma juddha, not unnecessarily killing in the slaughterhouse. Do not misunderstand Krishna. The rascal, they misunderstand. By killing, by his wings, he gives the evidence of. Another rascal, although he is a learned professor, he says that because this man has killed on the basis of Bhagavad Gita, therefore Krishna is immoral. Just see, this is going. Without understanding Bhagavad Gita, even a so-called learned scholar also talking of Krishna as immoral. He has encouraged a killing. Just see, such envious persons. And he is teaching Bhagavad Gita. This is going on. So this is not the fact. The fact is that there must be in the society 4 classes of men, because sometimes violence is required. Just like why government is maintaining the police force, the military force. It is required for keeping law and order. So violence is bad, that's not right, but sometimes it is required. Just like poison. Poison is bad, but sometimes it is required for administering medicine. Even poison is administered. When one's heart is, according to Ayurvedic system, when a man's heart is almost to fail, at that time poison is given. So the heart becomes again agitated. In the medical science also. So poison is poison, but sometimes it requires as medicine, administration. Similarly, violence, killing is bad, but there is circumstances where violence is righteous, religious. Therefore Krishna says, dharmadhi juddha. So it is the Kshatriya. Kshatriya means who gives protection the citizen from being hurt by the irreligious person. That is called Kshatriya. Chat means injure, and tra means deliver. Just like Maharaj Parikshit, when he saw that a black man colleague was going to kill a cow, so he was going to inflict injury to the cow, and immediately Maharaj Parikshit took his sword, that to give protection to the cow from the injury of the black. So that is violence required, tit for tat. One who is going to commit violence unnecessarily, the king government should immediately take the sword and kill that person. That is government's duty. Had it been Vedic culture prevailing now, all these persons who are unnecessarily killing the cows in the slaughterhouse, they would have been killed by the king. You have done so sinful. So that kind of killing is pious. To give protection, innocent citizen or animals from being injured by the rascals, the government or the king should take his sword and kill immediately. This kind of killing is there in the Bhagavad Gita, not that general killing. You can capriciously kill anyone and give the evidence, oh, it is Bhagavad Gita, it is there. I'll see how rascals they are interpreting. Therefore we are presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is, without interpreting in a rascal's way. So Krishna says in 2 ways that if you don't fight, then your enemies will blaspheme you. Avachavadansh badanti bohon. They will concoct and manufacture some blasphemy against you. You are becoming very much sorry to fight with your kinsman. Undoubtedly you are very sorry. But if you are blasphemed, defamed by your enemies, better, before getting that, you better die in the fight. And dying, by dying you are not a loser, because hatvava prapsusi sabdam. Even if you die, don't think that you are a loser, because immediately you are promoted to the heavenly planet. Because you are fighting by the right cause, you become punnavan. Punnavan, righteous. The heavenly planet is meant for righteous person. So, by dying, by your death in this righteous fighting, you will be promoted to the heavenly planet. So both ways you will be profited. Tatvava prapsasi swargyam. And jitva ba bhokshase mahim. And if you become victorious, then you enjoy the kingdom. So both ways you are profit. There is no loss on your part. Tasma, therefore, uttishta kaunteya juddhaya kritanishchaya. Kritanishchaya. Definitely decide it that I must fight. Fighting must be there. Juddhaya, for matter of fighting. Uttishta, get up. Why you are sitting like coward? Encouraging. Satyava prapsasi sargam jityava bhokshasi mahim tasmad uttishta kaunteya juddhaya krita nishchaya. That's all right. You can read another verse, there is a little time.
Sukha dukkhe same kritva labha alabho jaya ajayo tato yuddhaya yujasva na evam papam avapsisi sukha dukkhe same kritva
Sukha
same kritva labha labho jaya jayo labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujasva naivam papam avapsyasi sukha dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi
Sukhe dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato juddhaya yujyasya naivam papam avapsasi. Here in this material world, when you walk, there are two things, either loss or gain, either happiness or distress, sukha dukkha. Loss or gain, victory or what is called? The opposite? Defeat. Because it is the world of duality. There must be something, dual. Black, white, darkness, light, sukh, happiness, distress, father, son. There must be, this is called relative world. One thing, to understand one thing, you must have the other thing, opposite. Otherwise it has no meaning. In the absolute world there is no such thing. Opposite element. See here, Krishna is suggesting about the absolute duty. Labha labho. When there is loss or gain, you are the same. Generally, when there is gain, we are very jubilant. And when there is loss, we become morose. But here, Krishna is teaching that you remain in one position. Either it is loss or gain. Either it is victory or defeat. Either it is happiness or distress. This is Brahma Bhuta. Brahma Bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankati. A devotee is always prasannatma because his happiness is to serve Krishna. His only business is to see Krishna happy, that's all. This is devotion. There may be loss or gain, there may be victory or defeat, there may be distress or happiness. It doesn't matter. It's not affected with this duality. That is being taught now. Real Bhagavad Gita begins here. Krishna is teaching. The last chapter. This will go on in different languages up to the end of this Bhagavad. Mamekam saranam. That's all. Samsiddhi Harito, Bhagavata also confirmed this. You do not look after whether it is loss or gain. You have to see whether Krishna is satisfied. That's all. That is your only business. That is your only business. That is explained in this Srimad Bhagavatam. Atad pungvi dijasreshta varnasama vibhagas sanusthitasya dharmasya samsiddhi haritojanam. Haritojanam. The real perfection of life is whether by your action Krishna is satisfied. That is why. You don't consider of your personal victory, defeat, loss or gain or distress or happiness. Therefore Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung that when I work very difficult task for Krishna, that difficult task becomes very happiness for me. The difficult task becomes very happiness for me. That is the standard of happiness. In the material world, there is duality. In the absolute world, there is simply happiness. There is nothing else. Just like when Krishna is going to Mathura, all the gopis become very, very distressed, crying. But we cannot understand what is the happiness of that distress. That we cannot understand from this material point of view. That is greatest happiness. When the gopis were crying in separation from Krishna, that is greater happiness than meeting Krishna. This is Krishna philosophy. That is now beginning. Sukha dukkhe samikritya labha labho jaya jayo tato juddhaya jujjasya naimam papam apapya. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. In the beginning, the way Prabhupada began the lecture, how was it connected to the verse, in case you remember? Because so many verses were covered, but if you remember how Prabhupada began. Yes, Sudhamana.
If the soldier does not follow the command of the commander in chief, then he's shot by the martial law. So same way here, though Arjuna may not be desiring to kill and fight, but because Krishna is ordering him, he is supposed to fight.
Otherwise it is sinful.
Otherwise
So not following the commander's order, means the superior's order in military, is a sin. Haribol. What was the Vedic system as far as Brahmanas and Kshatriyas were concerned? Yes, Keshav Swarupru.
The Kshatriyas were presented weapons and the Brahmanas were presented Vedas.
And what about Vaishya Shudras?
They are not important.
Haribol. They are not very important. Some important, but not very important. When is fighting papam and when it is punyam? Yes.
Fighting is punyam when it is dharma yuddha, and it is papam when it is adharm for politics and all like that.
Okay. Haribo. Sometimes fighting is papam, means sinful activity, and sometimes fighting is punyam, pious activities. It requires the time, circumstances, on what ground the fighting was going on whose order the fighting was going on. These are to be studied. So here Krishna is telling, and so much of background is there to Mahabharata war. So this is punyam then, to fight and kill the adharmis. Why are there so many interpretations of Bhagavad Gita? Prabhupada gave 2 examples. Yes. Ujjwal Nilmani Prabhu.
because Bhagavad Gita is very famous. They want
Bhagavad Gita is very.
is famous. They want to, that is not there, but they want to use the strength of Bhagavad Gita to show their views. Own philosophy they want to show through Bhagavad Gita. So, example of in Bombay, Dr. Rayleigh. He was interpreting Bhagavad Gita that there is a talk between physician and a patient. And Mahatma Gandhi also wanted to show the non-violence through Bhagavad Gita.
Haribo. Though after Bhagavad Gita was spoken, there was greatest violence, but he is interpreting it as non-violence. So, what is the great offense in this context only? Yes.
Greatest offense is that this Namno Bala, this Buddhi Prabhupada was quoting. So
In
in
this
Bhagavad
context.
Gita, so in this Prabhupada was telling that not presenting meaning of Bhagavad Gita as it is offense. That they are interpreting something else only.
On the strength of Bhagavad Gita, if one wants to prove his foolish philosophy, that is a great offense. Haribo. Who knows things as they are? Prabhupada quoted one aphorism also. Yes. You want to?
Acharyas knows the things as I don't know.
Only Acharyas know. You don't know. So one who knows, he should speak. Okay. Tell Vishnu Prabhu.
Acharyavan Purusha Veda. So Acharya knows, or one who is following the Acharya?
Acharya knows?
Acharya knows the truth, or one who is following the Acharya?
Haribo. Who knows things as they are? Acharyavan Purusha Veda. One who is under the guidance of Acharya. Acharya knows anyway. Acharyavan. One who is possessor of an Acharya. So who is possessing Acharya? Who is under the guidance of Acharya. So Bhagavad Gita approves violence. Where is it stated? Who all stated it? Yes.
There are many great acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, even Shankaracharya also proved.
Haribo. So to say, Shankaracharya appeared to give a misrepresentation of the Vedas on the order of Lord Vishnu, but even he does not say that Bhagavad Gita is for non-violence. Even he says Bhagavad Gita is for violence, in a sense where it is required, when it is Dharma Yuddha. Who lives forever? Quote the phrase also. Okay, here. Achha, you are seeing and going to answer. And now you should... Achha, you have made notes. Ideally, notes also not to be referred. Okay. Only notes here, but no problem. You worked so hard for making notes.
One who is famous for his good activities must practice it and follow his dharma, and he is remembered and lives forever if he uses his practices and skills for the cause of justice.
And what is that phrase? Sanskrit phrase. You both combined, you told half here and there. Okay, our Prabhu knows.
One who is famous for his activities, he is remembered even he live, even after his death.
Phrase?
One is famous for his activity.
What is the Sanskrit phrase?
Chanakya Pandit. So
4 words only. Okay.
Kirtiti yasya sa jivati.
Haribo. कीर्तिर यस्य, कीर्ति जिसका है, स जीवति, वो जीता है. One who has kirti, one who has that fame, he lives. Anyone who is reputed for his good activities, he lives forever. So even if he dies, he remains. So in Marathi there is saying, Marave pari, kirti rupi urave. For whom is dishonor worse than death? Or Baldev Prabhu, Balraj Prabhu.
For a Kshatriya.
For one who is honored.
Honored.
Haribo. How much Krishna became dissatisfied with the decision of Arjun? How did Prabhupada put it? Yes, Prahlad Prabhu.
Krishna became so dissatisfied that although he loved Arjun, but he said, if you're not fighting, better you die. So it shows us that's dissatisfied.
Rivo! If you don't fight, now what will people say? Better you die. Krishna is advising that instead of becoming a very good man, non-violent, you lay down your life. That is my advice. You die. I shall see that you have died. I will be very much pleased. This is Krishna advising. How much he has become, I mean to say, dissatisfied with the decision of Arjun. Krishna, I am not going to fight this battle. So Krishna's last advice is that if you don't fight, better you die before him, before Krishna. I shall be very much pleased. What is Maharatha? Yes, any Maharathi can answer. Okay.
One who can fight to thousands of soldiers.
Rivo. What are the roles of Brahmanas and Kshatriyas as far as killing is concerned? Yes, Sarvalakshmi Prabhu.
Brahmana will not kill, but he will go to a Kshatriya and Kshatriya will kill. Only Kshatriya, no other person.
Rivo. What was the example? Okay, you only can give. In short.
Vishwamitra, when he wanted to kill some demons, he went to King Dasharath.
Haribo. And Vaishya and Shudra are not meant for killing anyway. Why are Kshatriyas should be trained up, Prabhupada said. So what example he gave of practical life, one country? Prabhupada
is telling that in USA, the people are very reluctant to fight. That is because they are not trained up as Kshatriyas.
They are trained up as
Shudras only.
Shudras. Haribo. Not exactly all people, but the young men, they are trained as Shudras. So how can they fight then? What are the duties, 4 duties of 4 Varnas, Brahman, Kshatriyas, Vaishya, Shudras? Yes, Keshav Swarup.
The Brahmana's duty is Pathan and Patan and to enlighten the mass in the spiritual knowledge. And the Kshatriya's duty is to administrate and protect the citizens. And the Vaishya's duty is to grow crops and protect the cows. And the Shudra's duty is to serve all the 3.
Haribo. Is Bhagavad Gita encouraging violence or not encouraging violence? Yes, Abhishek Prabhu.
Bhagavad Gita is encouraging violence when the cause is righteous for Swadharma.
For?
Swadharma. For Dharma.
For Dharma, not Swadharma. Haribo. But Prabhupada's words, Bhagavad Gita is not encouraging violence. That is not Bhagavad Gita's purpose. But a Kshatriya, when there is fight, Dharma Yuddha, Yuddha Dharma, that what is it called before Gita's purpose? But Sukhino Kshatriya Partha Labante Yuddham Idrusham. A Kshatriya becomes very satisfied to get such fighting opportunity. Yuddham Idrusham. Yadruchaya Chopapanyam Swargadwaram Aparutam. So this is for Kshatriyas, and when it is Dharma Yuddha, then they should use this violence for setting right dharma. What is dharma yuddha and what is adharma yuddha? Yes.
Dharma Yuddha is done for righteous or right right thing, and adharma is was a political war basically. It's done for-
What did he say? Political war means what?
for means
A politician, he wants to keep his position. So he engages the people in fighting. He declares war. Hari bol. So killing is bad, but there are circumstances where violence is righteous, religious. So what example Prabhupada gave from day-to-day life? Yes.
Srila Prabhupada gives example of poison. That poison is bad, but it is administered in the comes of that heart disease or some severe disease are there. So it is also this example of given.
So it agitates the heart and
Recovers
it
the
starts working again. Hari bol. What is government's duty? Prabhupada gave one example also. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, one instance. Okay.
Government's duty is to make the citizens, protect the citizens, and he gave the example of Parikshit Maharaj, and that he protected the cow when Kali was killing them. So government duty is to kill the ones who are killing the innocent.
Hari bol. How did Prabhupada explain Hatova Prapsisi Swargam? Yes, Mataji.
Prabhupada said that even if you don't want to fight, don't fight. You can die. But after dying also, you will attain the heavenly planets, because for the pious intention, you will get heavenly planets.
For the pious?
For the righteous purpose, you will get heavenly planets. For pious purpose.
Even if you die, don't think you are a loser, because immediately you are promoted to heavenly planet. Because you are fighting for the right cause, it becomes Punyavan. Punyavan, righteous. The heavenly planet is meant for righteous persons. Hari bol. Prabhupada quoted one Bhagavad Gita verse and said, this is a devotee. Who is a devotee? Vitthal Vishnu Guru is a devotee. He can tell.
Prabhupada quoted Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochiti na kankshati. So Prabhupada told that there is a success or failure, victory or defeat, but devotee is always happy because he wants to see whether Krishna is happy or not.
He is not affected by the duality, Sukha, Dukkha, Man, Apman, etc. Hari bol. What is the standard of happiness? Standard of happiness. Yes, Kishore sir.
The devotee business is to, the standard of happiness is Krishna happy? Is Krishna satisfied? So this is the real perfection of life.
So Prabhupada had quoted Ata Pombir Dujashan Hari Samsiddhir Haritoshanam. The real perfection of life is whether by your action Krishna is satisfied. That is perfection. You don't consider of your personal victory, defeat, loss or gain or distress or happiness. Therefore Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung, when I work very difficult task for Krishna, that difficult task becomes very happiness for me. That difficult task becomes very happiness for me. That is the standard of happiness. And whose example Prabhupada gave and ended the lecture. Okay, Balraj. Oh, behind someone.
Prabhupada.
Okay,
Prabhupada gave examples of gopis. So when Krishna was leaving for Mathura, the gopis were crying in separation. We'll not, from a material point of view, will not be able to understand what the happiness they are going through, and that is the happiness, you could say.
That is
the happiness.
We cannot understand what is the happiness of that distress.
Distress, okay. Yeah.
Hari bol. जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्रील प्रभुपाद